in this episode of the Straight Up R&D
This is real
Podcast.
Life. Yeah. Real time.
If he feel like his life was being threatened, he acted in self-defense and shot her. Now, I don't agree with the shooting in a way because I feel like there were other innocent bystanders there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, there was. Because he's got to think other people could be in danger.
So that's what I was thinking. So I was like, bro, you kind of let off rounds, and what if you mistakenly hit somebody?
Yeah.
That's why I don't agree with the shooting. But I can't tell how somebody to act when they feel like their life is in danger. If your life is in danger, where you going to? You don't know. You don't know. Especially if you think somebody's using a vehicle to come at you. I don't know how I'm going to act if I have a weapon on me. I'll probably hopefully try to jump out the way. But I don't know. So
I'm going to let a couple rounds off and jump out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Is the shooting justified? I think in a court of law, it might be justified, but I'm just thinking from like a humanitarian standpoint, like, damn, bro, like maybe you could have just jumped out the way. But at the same time, like, she did create that situation.
She made the vehicle a weapon at that point.
Yes. You made the vehicle a weapon. You made the officer think the vehicle is a weapon. Yo, what's good, y'all?
Yo, what's going on? What's going on?
Been a little bit, but we back.
Back at it.
Another episode, Straight Up R&D Podcast. I'm your host, D.
And I'm Rich.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot going on in this country under this administration.
Sure.
You know, I feel like sometimes I want to talk about something else. Boom, here comes other.
So it's like in real time. It's just like, it's always something.
But before we begin, you know, do the slingle bow. Bro.
Yeah, you know, this is a Straight Up R&D podcast where we give it to you real, raw, uncut, straight up, with opinions based on motherfucking facts.
Hell yeah. And look, I say it all the time. If you want to come on the show, debate us, or, you know, just be a guest, you're always welcome. Let us know. And we don't give a fuck about your feelings, but we do respect y'all. We got over 300 subs. You know, we appreciate the engagement.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So we just, you know, 2026, we're going to keep rolling from here.
Yep.
That being said.
Start us off, man. Start us off.
Listen, y'all. This is going to be an episode really heavily focused on ICE.
Ice.
And what's going on in this country involving immigration, and more specifically, Minnesota. It is a train wreck over there.
Tampon Tim.
You know what I mean? And listen, this has not been smooth at all. We already were going to talk about ICE before, but breaking news, somebody else. Well, I mean, like, while we're setting up,
Yeah.
I was like, yo, bro, look, somebody else has got killed from an ICE operation in Minnesota. By the time this comes out, you know, everybody's going to ready. Maybe just more body cam footage that will come out by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah, so the early projections of what we're thinking about happened for this.
Yeah.
You know, we were just discussing this off cam and we're like, yo, like we need the body cam.
We need the body cam because I need to know what the officer was seeing, because from the footage that we saw, it doesn't look good at all.
Nope.
And, you know, it's just been it's just been a wreck up in Minnesota. So ICE operations, I guess let's kind of start from the beginning. As y'all know, one of Trump's key campaign promises, and something that he's been keeping up with, is deportations, right? Now, not every local official or government-appointed official has been working with him. There's some states that worked with him. New York worked with him at one point when Mayor Adams was the mayor. Yeah, as you know, he did a sit-down with Tom Homan. And for the most part, bro, it was smooth. You didn't really hear.
Yeah, you didn't really hear. And one thing that, like, being in New York, that I did notice that a lot did change in the Bronx.
Did change in the Bronx.
I remember they were riding around in scooters and punching people and snatching phones. I don't hear about that anymore.
So, like, when Mayor Adams was working with Tom Homan and the federal government with ICE, you didn't really hear about too many casualties in New York and everything. It was smooth for the most part. Now where you go to somewhere like Minnesota, Tim Walz, and what's the mayor of Minnesota name? I keep forgetting his name.
I don't remember his name. I'll look it up, but go ahead.
But the mayor of Minnesota, he said on Newsmax, on local national television, that he is not going to be working with the federal government and Tom Homan on, as far as with deportations. That
Jacob Fay,
yeah.
Frey, yeah.
He's not going to be working with the federal government, as far as ICE. So where does that leave ICE? That kind of leaves them, I don't want to say doing things blind, because they still do their own little form of investigation. They still have their hit list of people that needs to be deported. But it makes it a lot tougher because you have no help from local law enforcement. And then the rhetoric from both sides, I'm not going to just say Tim Walz and Mayor Fay, but the rhetoric from both sides doesn't help either. Because now people in Minnesota are riled up. It's like these protesters acting like they're going to war. And as you can see, they're impeding on ICE operations by throwing stuff at their cars, making sure that they don't get out the car. I saw some woman, ICE was trying to get out the car, and she's like slamming on the door so he doesn't get out. Throwing stuff at ICE, doing this honking the horn and whistle saying, "Oh, ICE is here," and blocking up cars in the street. It's been a lot with these protesters. I don't even know if that's even protesting at this point, but that's
it just seems like harassment. It's like even the church pulled up in the church.
Which has nothing to do with nothing. People are just in there worshiping God on a regular Sunday, and you got people coming there protesting. I don't know I honestly do not know what they thought it was going to accomplish. The only thing you accomplish is getting your ass up in jail. People have been arrested. I'm just so confused about that.
But
right?
It's so much to cover, but we got to stay on track. Like it's like so much.
It's so much.
It's like it's literally like, okay, let's start with the cop that got hit. Well, almost got hit by the car and he shot the girl.
Oh, Renee Good.
Renee Good.
Okay, so let's start with that.
Yeah, let's start there. So much, but
when the video footage first came out, and I remember I sent it to you, there was only one angle, and which is why we're still kind of waiting to comment on the other situation because there was only one angle, at least from what you've seen. But when that video footage first came out, I was like, oh no, ICE is wrong. Because all I saw at the time was you trying to take the girl out the car, and next thing you know, the angle we saw, the officer just shot the girl through the window. And I want to preface by saying this. Do I think she should have died? Hell no. Do I wish the ICE officer handled it differently? Of course. Because when somebody, an American citizen results in dying, like that's not the results you want. But as more information came out later on, as she was a part in trying to stop ICE from doing their jobs. She was at one point blocking the car. Her and her partner was a part of, blocking the car so they don't try to, arrest illegal immigrants and deport them. Really just impeding our operations. And then when you see the body cam footage, it's clear to show that they're just hateful towards ICE. And when they get in the car, oh no, she's already in the car. When she's in the car, I guess the girlfriend said, "Drive, baby, drive." It looks like she's heading towards the officer. So, in my opinion, this is a situation you created, number one, by harassing ICE in the first place. Did you have to block the ICE vehicle? No. Could you just have protested on the sidewalk? Bro, you could have just protested on the sidewalk and say F you. That's fine. But you're in your vehicle in the middle of the road. So that's why the officer is now coming out of his vehicle to try and pull you out the car and try to maybe arrest you and be like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, we're trying to do something here. So now you made a decision to drive instead of just complying with the officer. And, you know, listen, I'll leave that up to y'all to debate if she has a right to comply or not. That's for y'all to debate.
I mean, are they not federal?
That's how I think.
I don't understand. Like,
I think as a federal agent come up to me and, you know, ask me to do whatever, my thought is I'll fight that in court later if he did anything illegal.
What was very hypocritical to me was when the National Guard came into the subways, right, and demand that, if you want to ride the train, we have to inspect your bag. Where was the outrage and the fighting and the protesting for that?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But now when they're doing something that has nothing to do with you, if you're a legal citizen, that has nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with you.
But then you want to go run and harass people or agents that are doing an operation like that. To me, it's insane. Like
that's what I'm saying. And
you can help in other ways.
They're helping in other ways. So now, to me, this is like a bang bang play, and this could go either way. But when you look at the body cam footage, it looks like the car is heading his way. And now y'all have to understand, these are split second situations. They don't have the luxury to rewind and slow down footage in real life and like, the wheel turned that way. This is real life.
Yeah. Real time.
If he felt like his life was being threatened, he acted in self-defense and shot her. Now, I don't agree with the shooting in a way because I feel like there were other innocent bystanders there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, there was. Because he's got to think other people could be in danger.
So that's what I was thinking. So I was like, bro, you kind of let off rounds, and what if you mistakenly hit somebody?
Yeah.
That's why I don't agree with the shooting. But I can't tell how somebody to act when they feel like their life is in danger. If your life is in danger, where you going to? You don't know. You don't know. Especially if you think somebody's using a vehicle to come at you. I don't know how I'm going to act if I have a weapon on me. I'll probably hopefully try to jump out the way. But I don't know. So
I'm going to let a couple rounds off and jump out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Is the shooting justified? I think in a court of law, it might be justified. But I'm just thinking from like a humanitarian standpoint, like, damn, bro, like maybe you could have just jumped out the way. But at the same time, like, she did create that situation.
She made the vehicle a weapon at that point.
Yes. You made the vehicle a weapon. You made the officer think the vehicle is a weapon. Because and this is another thing you have to understand too. These officers have been harassed since the time they touched down in Minnesota. So, like, they're already kind of on guard and thinking the worst of every situation because they've been attacked they already have been attacked from state to state, city to city, especially in Minnesota. They've been attacked. So he's probably thinking like, we might have fellow colleagues that's been attacked. Why wouldn't he think this woman's trying to attack him? I'm just kind of come from a place of understanding. It sucks. I'm not even trying to stick up for the officer because again, I don't think he should have shot the gun. But from everything that's going on in Minnesota, they're being harassed. They're obviously frustrated because they're just trying to do a job. They do their job and go home. It's already a dangerous situation because when you're dealing with criminals, you already got to think about your life. Now you think about protecting my life from people who's protesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, to me, it's just an unfortunate situation, but
it could have been avoided. That, like,
could have been avoided.
Okay, like we were saying, did she deserve to die? No. Did she deserve to get shot? No. You know, that's all unfortunate, and you know, we're not condoning that type of behavior, but it's like when you put yourself in that situation to harass people with weapons, you're like, in any circumstance, if that's a police officer or not, you know, they're still human, right? They're still if you want to agitate someone, you could give them all the training in the world. But you never know how that person's going to be feeling on that day, in that instance, and all that. And especially the way the things are going down. And again, I am not saying the officer was right in shooting and killing this woman.
But you just got to think.
But you got to think. Like, there's these guys down there with AKs and M16s. Like, things could go wrong. How many times we hear stories of, you know, when there's a lot of guns around in a certain area, somebody going to get shot. You know, and if they're doing an operation and you're preventing them from doing it, wouldn't one thing to think, say, oh, are you guys in on it? Are you guys protecting these illegals? Are you doing something? Like, you know what I'm saying? Are you breaking the law? And if they're giving you warning after warning after warning, why do you continue to agitate? Like I said, there's so many other ways they could, if they feel so strongly about protecting the illegals, bring them in your house.
Yep.
Bring them in your house. You know what I'm saying? Like, take them with you to your crib or whatever. Or if you want to do investigative journalism and all of that, that don't mean you go on the front line and put yourself in harm's way. For what? For what? And at the end of the day, look, it's unfortunate she died, but then now what? Don't she have kids?
Yeah.
So what now? Like, what now? What now? Was that really worth it? And was what you did made any big change for them to stop?
And that's what I don't understand. People with wife, kids, and other loved ones, like, why would you put yourself in a situation where you can potentially be killed? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you not thinking like, oh, I got so-and-so at the house counting on me, relying on me, and, you know, a person I have to provide for? It's just like, why put yourself in a situation where now they lost you? And I'm not even saying go protest. Mm-hmm. Just don't harass the officers. Make your voice known. I don't think anybody has a problem with protesting. Like, you know, you could go in protest area, protest zones, go on the sidewalk. If you see ICE, say F you. I'm not suggesting that, but that's one thing, just calling them words, I'm calling them names. But to actually harass them, the videos I've seen are crazy. Crazy. There was actually another video, Minnesota again. Y'all probably saw it. People protesting, honking. And an ICE officer pulled up next to this woman. Was like, we have a list and we're looking for a child sex offender. This is who you're protecting. And then she's like, oh, I didn't honk. Well, you have everybody here honking. Y'all are protecting this child sex offender. Then he said crazy and drove off. Like, you really got to think about who you really are protecting. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm get confused because ICE wasn't invented under Trump. Like I was. You got to really sit down and think. Some of these young ones probably think, yo, ICE was just always been a thing
under Obama, under all of that. You know.
Yeah.
And then when I was just, where was the protesting when Obama was doing it? Where was all of that? Because it was under the radar. It wasn't publicized. It wasn't dramatized.
Everybody was cooperating with Obama. CNN did a Ride with ICE segment that eventually resurfaced on X, another social media channel. It was a different time then. But now you have these local officials basically saying things like it's a civil war. That's what Tim Walz was saying. Like, yo, it's a civil war. And I'm like, bro, like, why don't you tell them to calm down? Why don't you tell them, like, hey, be free to protest, but just don't hit the officers, don't harass them, don't get... Like, why is that such a hard thing for the mayor and governor to say? Mm-hmm. Because, unfortunately, and this is real unfortunate, adults don't have a mind of their own. This is what happened when you recognize when one side of the political aisle, now you're just hypnotized with hate for the other side, and whatever your Democratic daddy says, you're going to do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no logic flowing in these people's brains anymore. So if you know that, you have to tell them, like, yo, calm down. Protest, yes. If your views are hate ICE, abolish ICE, have those feelings. But don't throw yourself in front of the cars. Don't hit them. Don't throw stuff at them. That's not what to do. That's why I love when that police chief in Chicago, he came up and said, look, they're officers of the law. If you surround them, they're going to feel threatened. He was giving you the game. But like, yo, don't do that. And this is what also sad about politics for me. They are using this situation as a way like, hey, you see, Republicans are bad. Like, you're using people's lives and putting their lives at risk just so you can win some goddamn seat in whatever office, bro.
To then in turn do nothing for the people that voted for you. Like,
and this is not only a Democrat thing. This is both sides, but it's like, bro, you're using this situation right now to hypnotize people even more. Like, oh, you see what Trump doing? Hey, you see what ICE is doing? That's why you don't want to calm the situation down. But yeah, man, like, yeah, bro. Anything else on that topic?
No, like to me, it's like the Democrats. They're playing. They trying to cause the chaos and rile people up because I seen a video where this one guy found the same protesters at the same places like all the time. Like there's a protest over here. Oh, wait, you were the guy that was in this county, and you were the guy in this state, and you were here in Times Square, and you were... Come to find out, these protesters are getting paid.
Yeah, some unpaid protesters.
Getting paid to do this, interviewing people, and as usual, they don't even know what they protesting for. They don't understand the real situation. Like, even with the whole Maduro situation.
Yo.
Like, prior to all this, you ask any Venezuelan person, do you like the president? They will tell you no.
Yep.
They'll tell you, oh, he's horrible. Oh, you have people fleeing from Venezuela, going to Colombia, going to DR, going all these places because the living conditions and the economy is so shit. They can't do nothing. They either resort to drugs, selling weapons, all this trafficking and all of that stuff. The life is not pretty over there. It's not. And the dude didn't even win a legit election, and he's not recognized as a president of Venezuela. Like, how much more evidence do you need to say, yeah, something doesn't look right over there? Now, whatever Trump's real motive was, which was the oil that was there, okay, we get it. But if you really care about the people...
You think the Venezuelans care?
They don't.
They don't give a damn. Take the oil.
They really don't. They really do not. So you got people out here protesting, oh, free the man. I was like, you know what damn crimes this dude committed? But yet you want to lock up Trump. Yeah, Trump is a criminal too. But compared to the crimes that this man has done, it don't compare.
By saying free him, you're saying go back to Venezuela and commit more crimes.
Free him and let him get back his presidency and power to continue to screw over the people.
Just because you don't like Trump.
And mind you, this is a dictator.
That's a true dictator.
But they don't want a dictator here, though. But they're doing things of dictatorship-like. Remember when Trump said, oh, yeah, on day one, what are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to be like a dictator. And everybody, this is doing wrong. He goes and catches a dictator from a country to help, and in turn, it does benefit them in some way. But now you're telling them to free him? To bring him back? Like, I don't get it. And that's why what it really shows is, like, these protesters, it doesn't mean anything now. It's not real no more. It's funded by somebody on the other side of whatever political party.
Just to cause chaos.
Whether it's going to be Republican, Democrat, I don't really care. But I'm dealing with I'm talking about who's in office now. The administration that's in office now is Republicans, right? They got it. And now what we're seeing the Democrats doing is just causing chaos to fuel people for the next election to vote against, the Republicans again. Because they're making it a red and blue thing. And that's not what it is.
Bro, and it's just so childish to me. It's like, you don't get your way, so now I'm going to just cause chaos. And I was like, bro, like, I should have looked this up. Were there protests under Biden? Maybe. Maybe there were Republicans making their voice, but like this, no.
There was. Remember they had the Proud Boys. They would come out.
Oh yeah, so there were protests.
The January 6th, that stuff.
Well, no,
that was not on Biden. But yeah, like when he lost, when Trump lost. Remember for the whole election, and he was like, "Oh, go protest peacefully." This, that, and the third, and they raided the thing.
Okay.
Like there was
during the first year of Biden's administration, bro, and these protests are not
because this motherfucker wasn't doing shit. Like,
but my thing, I'm just saying, like, where the protests to this extent.
Oh no, it was.
And then going to be continuously going, bro. I think they're going to be protesting to the day this man get out of office. They're making up shit to protest about. And again, do what you want, but it's like, bro, at some point you got to be like, you know what? Trump is in office. Let me just focus on my life. At some point, you got to get back. How y'all get off of work so much? Protesting at Tuesday morning at 9 a.m.
So getting paid.
Saw videos of my city, New York City. Yo, I don't know if you saw, I meant to send it to you, of a black man. Like, yo, I have to get my daughter. They're blocking him because they're protesting ICE. He put hands on people. He like, move out the way. I need to get my daughter. Another one. Woman say, I have to get to work. It's like, now you're doing too much.
I mean, even the whole Palestine thing. That was another protest. The big one was under Biden. Palestine, okay. That one. We can't forget that. In New York, blocking the Brooklyn Bridge. Dude, I was driving from mad far, and I'm stuck on the bridge, bro. I couldn't move. Like, I'm stuck on the bridge. I couldn't move. Then, like, after, 45 minutes, finally some cars were, able to pass through. They went onto the other side of the bridge, and started blocking that one up. And I'm like, yo, you're doing all of this. Yes, you want to bring awareness. You want to make people know. But at the same time, you're frustrating people who don't follow politics, who don't give a shit. They live in their own life. They doing their own thing. They got their bills that they got to pay. They got to stress about. They're not worried about what the hell's going on in some other country that they're so detached to, especially if they're not even of that religion or that race. What do they care? Be real on a realistic level. Are you going to bed every night worrying about people in Venezuela?
No.
Nah, you're not.
Majority of Americans are wondering about their problems in their own country.
Their problems in their own country. And not I get it. There's a community here, people here that care and all that, but to cause major disruptions and people got emergencies or things to deal with, why are you going to block up the road? How about you go down to City Hall and go chant and do all your shit over there?
Bro, and I'm like, yo, what if I had to pick up my kids from daycare? Daycare closed after a certain time. And then the more time your child is there after closing hours, you get taxed. Hey,
yeah, it's a fee.
It's a fee. So then now, you think they give a damn? It's like, bro, you're stopping me from getting my kid. It's like, come on, bro. People going to work. That's why I said do it peacefully. March down the sidewalks, or you have your own something, bro. Don't block people from getting where they gotta go. So there are protests from either side, but I don't remember it getting like this. This is just crazy. This is crazy, bro. And Minnesota always got something going on, bro. BLM riots. Now we got this. Walls know how to turn them up. Walls know how to turn them up, bro.
Yo, it's getting way too out of hand. Way too out of hand, man. And again, we talk about this in past episodes. It's protesting ain't what it used to be no more. The statements and everything is just so fictitious. It's just they did the Million Man March or whatever thing, and Trump made the video of him flying a jet and shitting on them.
Yeah. Yo.
And it's
no, that was a No Kings one.
The No Kings one, yeah, the No Kings one, and I'm just that
protest was
what? I don't even know what came out of that. What came out of that? Okay, a bunch of people came together and marched. Okay, what?
Trump not leaving office.
What happened? Like, I don't know what happened at like the next day, not even the next month after that happened.
Nothing.
What was it for? What was it for?
Nothing. Just to show your disdain for Trump. That's just it.
Like, we don't know this already. Like, that's my thing. It's like we don't know this already. We know you guys don't like him. We know people don't like him. Whatever. We get it. Like, we get it. He's here. He's got what, 2 more years left?
3
years? Yeah, he just finished the first one. He's on the second one. But like, dude, it is what it is. Like, just prepare for the next election cycle.
That's just it. I mean, you got midterms this year. Like, you could give him less power if you really want to, do something.
And all of this shit is gonna backfire on them when they start, making new laws of what the president can and can't do. This is gonna backfire because you gotta think, right? And I was talking to somebody about this whole Venezuela thing about, the oil and the drug boats and the double tap. Remember that was a thing?
Oh, yeah.
Double tapping the boats and, we don't know who these people are and they deserve the justice and this, that, and the third. I'm like, look, you got to put it in perspective. You're the president of the United States, whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, Green Tea Party, right? You have information that your regular citizens, newscasters, news people do not have. You have intelligence to show this and this is happening. You know how many spies that they have in different countries? How you think they got Maduro? They didn't just fly a plane over there. We just so happen to see that he's right there in this house at this time. Shoot up all of these people. Put all these ships and everything in such perfect strategic places without knowing. What they did, they had a spy. They had a person. They've been watching Venezuela, and I know they're watching Colombia. Watching Maduro since August. That was released. They were watching him since August. They didn't capture him till when? Like December? Yeah, it was like last month.
Oh, was it January?
Oh, or maybe the beginning. Yeah, it was like the beginning of January.
Yeah, like as soon as the new year hit.
It's like, boom, they caught him. Bro, I was watching this one video. They're saying, yes, more than likely, they were able to get a spy in to infiltrate his camp to gain the trust so that person could be near Maduro. They had satellites, drones, watching his every move for months. They figured out the pattern. They came up with a plan and they executed it. Right? Mm-hmm. They didn't just fly over there and just do this stuff off the rip, off the cuff. Right? The drugs. We know Venezuela and Colombia, they make drugs and sell the drugs. To Europe, to the Caribbean, to the United States. All that stuff make it over here. Whether or not they're going through Europe and they have their own little path to make it back to Canada, then from Canada coming to the United States. Either way, it's still getting over here. Mm-hmm. Right? So it's like, if they can see that and they have people who are that it's their job, the DEA. It's their job to track this stuff, to be on top of this stuff. You're going to tell me, those boats were as innocent people in the middle of the damn ocean just going for a nice little joyride? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and the thing
this is not a tour boat where they're blowing up.
What you can't refute, drug overdoses has been down. Fentanyl coming across the borders has been down. That's facts. And this is the thing people not understanding, bro. This is why you need border security. Because if you don't, all type of shit you let into this country, bro. Like, and this is the thing too. What pisses me off with people, like, people get outraged at shit that doesn't affect them. That of people they're not living around. Hey, you don't see people overdosing on fentanyl in your street, so it doesn't worry about you. But there are legit people going through this type of shit, bro. You know what I mean?
And that's another thing. You bring up a good point. Because it's like, you hear all these people, oh, yeah, my neighborhood is bad, this, that, and the third. Oh, I wish it was better. Oh, this country don't do nothing for people like us. Like, you always hear, like, the lower class people or, like, poorer people that are struggling or even on Skid Row and stuff like that. They grow up and they see these things, right? Then you would think, dang, yeah, we need to put more drug rehabilitation centers in there. We need to clean up the streets. All right, motherfucker, how are you gonna clean up the streets if you letting the drugs come in here? How about we start with the source of stopping the drugs from getting here, and then we could talk about rehabilitating these people. No, they're supposed to be here. They're not illegal. Like that, like I don't understand. Like if we have a problem and the source is coming from here, why are we downstream solving the problem down here instead of going to the source and stopping it?
Because it's who trying to solve the problem.
That's like you have a leak in your house. The shower head busts, right? Water's leaking. Why would you keep cleaning it, mopping the floor and picking up the water and throwing it outside forever when you know if I stop the leak at the source, the water will not get in the house and not get all over the floor? That's what I feel like is happening.
Yeah. And then people who try to voice their thoughts on it automatically get shut down as racist, Republican, MAGA. And like, bro, like I meant to send you this reel of this woman. She was complaining about, it's in New York City, of like, you know, illegal immigrants moving to her luxury building. And if people in New York know, like, some of these, like, you know, like big, tall apartment buildings, a section of them will be for like people on like certain programs or like illegal immigrants or whatever. And then you have a certain amount of people actually paying $1,000 to live there. Mm-hmm. She said she was living there for years. It's in a luxury neighborhood or it's a luxury building. And they started letting illegal immigrants in there. And she said the moment they started to come in there, crime happened. Somebody got shot in the building. Drugs, pests started to come in there. And I'm reading the comments, people like, oh, well, you should just move out. Oh, you're not being empathetic towards this situation. And I'm like, well, she paying I think she said $4 or $5 grand she was paying to live there. Like, if you're living somewhere luxury, obviously you're trying to get away from the ghetto. You're trying to live amongst a certain class of people. So now if you feel like your building is being infiltrated by illegal immigrants or people of the lower class, I think she has a right to be upset, especially if they interrupt how the building was operating. If there was no shootings before, but now there's shootings. Mm-hmm. If there were no roaches before, now there's roaches. If there was no drugs before, now there's drugs. It's like, why do you expect people to just accept this type of shit? That's wrong. And the thing about it, the people who complain, like I keep saying, y'all don't live amongst it. It doesn't bother y'all. You know what I'm saying? We seen how this shit affects our city, bro. So people got to stop with this automatic racist label, MAGA. It was like, yo, so you expect a certain group of people to live in discomfort because you living in Beverly Hills and shit? That's what pisses me off.
Bro.
It's like, come on, man. Like, legit crimes have been committed by these people, bro.
Legit. And they just paint a brush. They're all innocent.
like, no.
Bro, no.
And then I'm sorry, like, yeah, they're probably all good people who get deported.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
But if you come in the league, what am I supposed to say? Like, what am I supposed to do? It's like, yeah, it sucks. Do I want you to get deported? No. But if you came in illegally and there's federal law saying that's illegal.
Like, you see, like I always said, look, you come here illegally and you stay on the straight and narrow and you know, you doing your little thing, you know, ba la 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 la. I ain't got no problem. I personally don't have no problem. If you're not selling drugs, you're not doing Fenty and doing all of this stuff, robbing, stealing, breaking into people's house, killing people, I don't have no problem. That means you here, you trying to lay low, you trying to be, you definitely, if you decide to cross the border illegal, you escaping hardship or whatever, or like you really trying to fight for a better life. And I get it. There's laws, there's rules. But if you come here and you doing all of these crimes and creating and doing all this stuff, making my neighborhood more unsafe, then yes, your ass gotta leave. Like I don't understand. Like I really don't understand. There's no debate about it.
And people want to abolish ICE. Like That's why I don't understand. Again, like, yeah, if you come in here, if you came over here illegally and you want to build a better life, it's like, I get it. There should be a path for those people. But they know that it's a risk if they get caught.
And I can't be mad. That's the risk you're living with. Like, that's the risk you accept once the moment you step over. It's like, there may be a day I will get caught and I have to go back. That's the chance you want to take? Go ahead.
That's the chance you take. And it's like, what do you really want me to say or do, bro? Like, it just is what it is.
Because I can't come and say, oh, not this one, because this person's been here and they've been good this whole time and they didn't do anything. No, but the rule was,
there's a path to get into the U.S.
There's a path to come in legally. You didn't take it. Yeah, you're a good person. You didn't do nothing wrong. But I can't give you a pass. Then what's the difference between a criminal? Now I gotta go and prove, did he do this wrong? Well, this is just a misdemeanor.
And what about the people who did it the right way, bro? So you're gonna tell them that, hey, you didn't have to pay all these immigration fees, wait all these years, whatever. You could have just slipped in and we would have just granted you citizenship.
Yeah, just granted, you would have been just here. And you know, I was watching this one video of this one guy who used to work in the CIA. He says that there's a lot of people, even the ones that get the visa to come here, that are actual spies from other countries.
Oh, I believe it.
And I'm like, he's like, a lot of them came under the Biden administration because they had like this open visa thing for them to come over here and study, quote unquote. When they found a lot of cases where people got locked up, where they were giving back information to their government in China and all them places. And like, you got to think about it. This is a case of national security as well. If we keep the border open, you can be naive all you want and say, oh, yeah, they're not going to do. When 9/11 was a big thing, like, how the hell that happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, all right,
that's facts too, yeah.
National security was a thing.
And people forget that, bro. People forget 9/11 happened just because it's been a couple of years and nothing happened. Now you're too relaxed.
Yep.
This is what border security is for.
Yep.
Like, I just want to know what people's suggestions are. If you protesting saying abolish ICE, like Mayor Mondani is saying, what's the suggestion? How do you protect the border then?
I think they just going back to the bottom of the ground level instead of attacking the source. They go down to the bottom and they think they can spend. Then you complain about high taxes and this and that and this. Where the hell are you gonna get the money to mitigate, to solve these problems at the bottom of the wheelbarrow? Like, it don't make no sense. It makes no sense. You get rid of ICE. Okay, so you have no ICE. We're going to get rid of the DEA because these same immigrants is going to be selling drugs, or the immigrant criminals are going to be selling drugs and all that. Then the DEA got to step in. What are you going to do? Get rid of the DEA next too, because they're not supposed to enforce the law on selling narcotics? Mm-hmm. Then what? You just leave a friggin' Wild Wild West? You do whatever the hell you want? But then you can't have guns. You can't have guns. Only the criminals can have guns. Okay? We got to make all this red tape around guns for legal citizens to have legal firearms. But then illegal people can have illegal weapons and sell illegal drugs in my community. And I'm supposed to be fine with that.
While you on Beverly Hills, next door to LeBron James.
Oh my God. And yeah, and then now I'm supposed to say, oh yeah, I'm this big millionaire, all this is sad. Let me donate money for these people and donate money for this and donate money. And yeah, protest. And these people's lives is only getting worse. Dude, I really think this country is turning the ass backwards sometimes. Like,
it is, bro.
It's really getting ridiculous. Like,
we can't even agree on protection. We can't. I'm like, these other countries are laughing at us, bro. I'm like, man, they just let anybody in? We can't even agree on how to protect how to protect the country. So that's like, and like, look, listen, I'm not gonna hold you. There's some video like, man, ICE wilding, bro. But so ICE, there have been instances where ICE have gone too far when they took it too far. Cause they out here body slamming WWE style, these motherfuckers, bro. But again, they are needed. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, like, if you up in their face, saying, F you, hitting them and stuff, expect some consequences, bro. That's just the thing. Like, I don't know how y'all grew up in your households. I was always told, if you see a cop, let him be. If he comes up to you, comply. We'll fight this in court if anything was done illegal. That's just it. Like, I've been pulled over before. Bro, I remember I got pulled over one time because I was listening to the media so much, I was scared for my life. Hands already up. Hands up in the car. You know, this is like when I first got my car. This was one of the first time I got pulled over. Because I always kept hearing, and mind you, I didn't really grow up hearing about, hey, you black, so, you know, you got to move one type of way. My mom and father never really instilled that into me. They always say, like, yeah, you're a black man, be careful, but not saying, like, oh, you're not going to have an opportunity. So, anyway. But once I got to school and, you know, hanging out with other African-Americans and people, they put fear in my heart, especially with the police. Especially, you know, there are natural examples of innocent black men getting gunned down. So I remember when I pulled over, bro, all I did was this. He came with the car like, what are you doing? He was like, yeah, you just speeding, bro. I just had to see where you was going. He was a white guy, but he was like actually cracking jokes and stuff. Like, he's like, where you going? I'm like, oh, I'm trying to go see my girl and stuff. He's like, all right, you know, she right there though. You know what I'm saying? But he was just like, yeah, man, you was just going.
It's not that serious, bro.
Yeah, I was going 180. I was clearing her wrong.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying? Only because, you know, some of the guy, I thought he was racing me. I'm like, man, you know, I was young and dumb. But anyway, so.
But then you had the people outside, don't shoot! Don't shoot him!
You see what I'm saying?
And then escalating the shit more than it needed to be, but it's like, yo.
All I did was complain. He just said, all right, let me see your license and registration. I'm like, okay, cool. Gave him license and registration. He came back. He like, bro, just slow down, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He let me go. Bro, he had every reason to probably arrest me or to probably give me a speeding ticket. He just like, bro, just slow down. He probably saying like, all right, he's just a young kid, no warrants or nothing, you know what I'm saying? And just let me go. But the media had me believing that every cop was against me. I'm going to get gunned down and stuff. I'm not saying those situations don't happen, but when you just keep preaching that same message time and time again, you get people scared, and also you get people saying like, "Oh, a cop is coming." Let me pull out my phone and just disrespect them and not
Because sometimes I'm not saying every cop is horrible. Obviously not. You have your dickhead ones. Yeah. Trust me, I've dealt with dickhead cops. And I'm like, bro, you could just let me go, like, on some simple shit. Like, one time I was in Manhattan and I was making a left turn, but you know in Manhattan, like.
Yeah.
You be at the light forever and like you trying to cross over the crosswalk.
Yeah.
And there's one dickhead dude. I'm like in the crosswalk and I'm trying to inch through, and this one guy stops in the middle of the crosswalk. And he's like, hey, and I'm like, dude, like relax. Like you're in traffic, you're driving, it's rush hour, you trying to get home. You know what I'm saying? Boom, cop was waiting right there at the corner.
Yeah, bro.
Whoop, whoop. Oh, do you know what you did? Da, 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 da. I'm like, yeah, you know. I was like, nah, I don't know what happened. Like, I was like, I don't know. And he was like, yeah, you know, you failed to yield to the pedestrian, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, oh, you know, like, my bad. Like, you know, I was already past him and this, that. Like, nope, you can't do that. Wrote up a ticket again. I'm like, damn, dude, you could just like let me go. I didn't hit nobody. I didn't run the light. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he was just in bad mood that day.
There's other times they got stopped. Same thing. Oh, you're going fast. You're going too fast. You're speeding. And they were like, you know, we'll slow it down. You know, be careful. This, that, and let me go. White dude. They came. Yeah, they was flashing the light, looking in the car or whatever. It's their job. That's the protocol.
It's like, all right, it's probable cause now because they pulled you over because you did something. And then once they don't see no other bullshit going, it's like, all right,
and
bro.
I didn't have no bullshit. I didn't have no other stuff. You check in. It was like, all right, well, just slow down. And similar situation as yours. I wasn't going 180 though. I was probably going 40, like 40.
Nah, I was way past that.
And I was like, and he was just like, yeah, you know, just slow down. But he's like, all right, cool, boom, respect it. But like to me, I don't approach it even with all this other hoopla bullshit. At one point when it was cops shooting people, I was like, damn, like, yeah, you might have to watch what you say. But then I'm like, nah, these like
There
as
are
long as
more
I'm not
good
doing
cops.
something.
I felt there's more good cops than bad cops.
Like if I'm being reaching in my pocket and I'm like acting sus and I'm like moving weird and trying to like be combative, then dude might put his hand on his waist. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, what is he doing? Because, bro, there are instances of police getting killed. And of course, they're thinking about their life as well. Like, oh, is he about to shoot me? So that's why I tell people, yo, just calm down.
Look, I would never be a cop.
Facts.
Would never be a cop. I'll never wear the pig uniform. But this one thing is like I don't play around with my life. You know, dude got a gun. You know, as long as I'm not in a predicament where I'm fighting for my life, then I'll do what I gotta do. But if I'm like by an officer, I'm not gonna agitate the officer to escalate the whole situation.
And then play victim.
And then when I get shot, oh, I'm supposed to be on a t-shirt. Oh, justice for me. Like, no.
And eventually the world moves on, bro. The world moves on eventually.
What happened to all them people? What happened?
Only their family thinks about them. The world moves on after a while.
You don't have no monument. They're not on the Mount Rushmore carved out. They don't get a special holiday. They don't get a celebration every year. They don't get none of that. Their families got to deal with that. Maybe sometimes they family they get paid off by the state or the city and they live in a better life. But us people, we move on. We move on. So I don't know. This whole Trayvon, even you think about the Trayvon Martin stuff and Freddie Gray and the Sandra Bland and like what happened?
People move on, bro.
The best thing that really happened with these cops is to get the body cam.
And like it kind of, that's the best thing that happened. But for some people, it blew up in their face because I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, now you're about to see how dirty cops really are." There are some situations like, "Damn, now it's like,
yeah,
what you want me to say?" Like,
yeah, I mean, like, look, the body cam is good and bad. It shows when the victim is acting belligerent. Mm-hmm. And it can show when a cop is being dirty. And I've seen where the cop was planting drugs onto somebody. And he must have forgot he had the body cam.
Yeah, probably forgot he had the body cam on.
You know, and I'm like, this is good. This is what we want to see.
You need the body cam. But I'm just telling you, let's just stop agitating these federal officers. All right, so now, I guess we got time, but let's talk about the protest in the church.
Oh.
Unless you start off on this one.
That was so wrong. All right. So what was this in Minnesota too?
Yep.
So basically, there was protesting. Well, a group of protesters infiltrated this one church in Minnesota where they were talking about, they were protesting ICE, right? Talking about, ICE need to leave, this, that, and the third. And this one guy was going around in people's face saying like, oh, you guys live a good life. You guys don't have to worry about anything. Y'all get to go home to your nice apartments and this, that, and the third. But there's people out here getting harassed by ICE and deported and this, that. And they basically just ransacked and infiltrated their service. They're preaching, the pastor's there. Everybody's getting up, looking around like, what the hell is going on? And eventually some of these people got arrested. Don Lemon and his goofy self was there, trying to,
I'm waiting to see Don Lemon in the streets.
Instigate, stuff and interview people. And he interviewed one guy, and the guy's like, "Yeah, this is not right. Like, you can't just come up in here and start protesting." And Don Lemon has some sort of whatever stupid fictitious reason to try to validate the reason why they should be able to go in there and protest and raise awareness, is wrong. Mm-hmm. Like, you have religious people who don't give a shit about that. They don't care. They preaching to their God or whatever in their own safe space, and you come up in there making all this noise, that's disrespectful.
Very
absolutely disrespectful.
Very disrespectful.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, for Planned Parenthood, what's the difference? Like when they were out there protesting and doing all that, like, yeah, did they run up inside the place and harassing the doctors and the staff in there? No, they were outside.
You could be outside.
Yeah, there was outside, and yes, they were protesting people when they were coming in and out. But if they wanted to do that, then do that on the street. Do that on the street. Don't go up inside the place and do that. That's messed up.
It's like we're just crossing boundaries left and right.
That's messed up.
Bro, people go to church. People go to church for a variety of reasons. People go to church because they probably had a tough week, and that word of God is going to help them push through another week. People going through trying times. Some people need the word because they just looking for answers. They're looking for some sort of guidance. They need help. Somebody might be sick, so they probably want to go to church to pray to God to help them with healing. They're going through so much. So some people might have had some type of addiction problems. Like, in my church, I know there's people who suffer with addiction. That service helps them, the service helped them just be able to center that addiction. You know what I mean? They always say, like, yeah, the spiritual healing, it helps me keep me level, let me see what's important. You don't know why those members in that community decided to go to church that day. And that's you true. Interrupted their service and interrupted their healing because you have a political difference of what's going on in this country. You thought that was okay to interrupt their healing because you don't like ICE and Trump. Like, fuck them people, bro. Like, that was just so beyond disrespectful. And you want to have a camera and mics up in the pastor face saying, hey, what do you think? Bro, that's not the time.
Yeah.
If you outside protesting, that's okay. And then when the church service is over, if you want to catch people as they walking out, I don't agree with it, but that's one thing. But to bust up in their church and then now they're forced to shut the service down and leave and interrupt people's healings and interrupt what they're going through and stuff, like, it's beyond disrespectful.
Yeah.
Beyond disrespectful.
It's totally.
And Don Lemon, I never really had a problem with Don Lemon as a person. I just don't agree with his ideology. I just don't agree with his politics. But now I just don't like you at all. I never really have a problem with him as a person because now this just shows me that you're just a terrible person. You're just a bad person. Like, this is something you agreed to do. Even if you didn't organize it, you could have said, like, damn, nah, that's kind of messed up. But he's thinking, oh, I need content for my channel, so let me go be a disruptor and ruin praise and worship for everyone. What a fucking bum.
Yo, I don't. He don't get no extra points. No, not that he got any points with me for pulling off that stunt. Like, it just makes you look even more like a scumbag. Like, you're really trying to catch a viral moment, trying to catch something to gain your popularity when you just keep looking more and more stupid. If you are against ICE and all that, you could be whatever side you want to be on. But there's a line that you don't cross, and you don't go up in churches and start harassing people. Like, you don't do that. That's like one place that's kind of off limits. Like any religion's house of worship, you don't go up in there trying to disrupt. Like, you don't do that. Like, people there dealing with real life issues. Like, their life does not revolve around fucking ICE. Like, they don't give a shit. They don't,
bro. They got real problems.
Like, they're real people dealing with real shit. They don't have time to be running around on the street talking about ICE this, ICE that, and this person. Like, who gives a fuck? Really? Like, think about it. Who really cares? Like, this country is built on so much foundation. It's not gonna crumble because of fucking ICE. Like, you fucking kidding?
Or Trump.
Like think
bro.
about it. Think about it. it's almost like people want this country to fail.
Yes, and that's my problem with the Democratic Party.
They talk about, this Venezuela. I did so much investigating, looking into research on this whole Venezuela thing. It's like, they got Maduro out. Yeah, they got control of the oil. They're like, what are you going to do with the oil? Oh, we're going to keep it. It's ours, right? Like Trump said, it's the U.S. They took it. It's a legal sanctioned oil. Okay, if it's sanctioned, okay, they're going to take it. Then like, okay, so you just did that so all the big, rich American oil companies can come up in there and start selling the oil and this, that, and the third. Okay, but when the gas prices go down now, well, you still going to complain?
Oh, right? I want to pay $4 for my gas.
Look, people in Cali got it bad. They paying like $5, $6, $7.
I don't know how people live there. I truly don't get it.
I don't get it. But then now you even think, okay, let's look past the oil and the prices and that, right? You got to understand, we're dealing with other superpowers around the world that's strategically trying to build military infrastructure to surround the United States. We have China building fake islands of friggin' military bases. Like they built it's like an island. They built a fake island in the middle of the ocean. Certain areas, strategic areas. Russia, same thing. They're all trying to get, military and strategic location advantages over the United States. That is why. You think about how submarines and how ships can go. There's uncharted waters that certain countries cannot pass through, right? Because, within, let's say, for example, the Caribbean Sea or the Atlantic or certain parts, a Russian ship cannot swim through there. They can't send a submarine over there. They can't do that, or else that's a grounds to get shot, to get blown up. They give you warnings. Even in the air, they have specific airspaces. That's why certain planes can't fly over certain countries. That shit is there for a fucking reason. And some people don't know that. They think it's just the sea. It's free. Nobody owns it. Everything is territorial. Everything is fucking territorial. So China coming on, they said the day that they took, the U.S. took Maduro was the day that China was going to meet with Maduro to talk about oil. And they were like, the biggest thing was like, what if, a Chinese national or Chinese person got killed during that raid? What would that have caused? So that would be like more grounds for China and U.S. to increase tensions to start a war? Possibly, we don't know. But with the U.S. taking over Venezuela, that fucks up China's whole thing. It fucks up Russia's whole thing.
That's what Trump was saying, too. He blatantly said that.
Yeah, and it does. It does, because that's where they were buying the oil from. Remember, under Biden, they blew up the pipeline and all this other stuff. The Nord Stream pipeline that got blown up and all this other stuff. And it's just like, oil is a big thing, because without the oil, they can't generate power. And if you don't have power, you can't make guns and ammunitions and all that stuff. Like, you need oil to friggin' have power. Like, it's the easiest thing for them to do. You talk about solar and wind and all this other shit. Motherfuckers is not doing that shit, bro. You running a fucking military plant, you're not gonna worry, let's use the sun energy and let's use this. No, you want instant. Or you using the generator, you pour the freaking gas in it, you turn on electricity just like that. You're not waiting for the sun, for the season. Everybody's not in the Caribbean where the sun is out all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Blazing hot.
So I'm like, you got to think strategically, because it's just bigger than just the oil. Because you get whatever happens now helps you 10, 20 years from now. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? You gotta, if you're a president, you can't think for this moment right now. It's certain shit, yes, but for the bigger picture of the country that you're trying to protect, you gotta think 10, 15 years from now.
Yeah, we're still living under some policies. Well, not even policies, but we're still living under the effects of previous administrations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, you gotta think long term. As far as the tariffs thing, like, that's not, you could probably have some things that's affecting now, but Trump's whole thing was long term. That's not something he might not even really see the effects under his administration. Because if you want to build large factory plants here and increase jobs, bro, like 4 years for that shit to be built, he ain't seeing that. He'll be out the office like, you see, that was happening to me. Yo, he go,
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there are some things, policy he put in place, he will not see the effects of it until he's out of office. And that's how a lot of previous administrations
works. Yeah. So it's not for what you do right now. You're doing it for years to come, 4, 5, 6 years in advance. Like, think about it. Let's use the immigration as a good example. Or border protection. You close the border now. Could you have stopped terrorists from plotting a whole nother, crazy attack on the United States? You could have. You could have prolonged it, kept the more country safer. But now a lot of the stuff we see is not attacks coming into the U.S. It's within the U.S. Us protesting, shooting, ICE, this, that, like all that stuff is internally right now. Under Obama, it was, how many times we heard of so and so trying to bomb this place, trying to bomb the subway, trying to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you got to think about it.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. That's true.
Under Biden, the same shit. Remember the Times Square shooting?
Yeah.
We heard it was some dudes out in the Middle East that was plotting and putting bombs in the garbage cans. That was a thing.
Yeah.
But now all the crimes is, a U.S. person tried to shoot Trump. A U.S. person tried to do this. A U.S. person is doing, the ICE is shooting, like we're internally having a lot of these terroristic attacks. You know what I'm saying? The Luigi guy shooting the healthcare dude because healthcare is too expensive and all this. I'm like, yo, like this is retarded shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, now it's like, okay, maybe we are protecting ourselves from foreign attacks. But now it's flipping into internally, civilly within ourselves. And I don't know. It's like maybe 5, 6 years from now, we don't know what's going to happen. But whoever's the president, like, I hope they don't get us in an actual war. Because they're trying to undo what the previous administration is doing.
And that's only what happened if we vote a Democrat, in. Because that's what happens all the time. If a different party gets in power, they're always going to just undo what the previous administration did. If it's a different party. If you get somebody like J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio in next, they'll just basically continue the process. Maybe they might undo some other things because they're like, hey, this is my administration. But for the majority of things that's in place, it will just continue the process.
Yep.
But, hey, if Gavin Newsom becomes president, he's just going to undo everything that's in the Trump name. And, hey, the country will just be starting back from square one again because, different president,
there's
different
some
policy.
stuff Trump does that makes sense. There's some stuff that he does that don't make no sense. But when it comes to international security,
that's what everybody says.
it makes sense.
Internationally,
Internationally, it makes sense. The tariffs, I don't give a shit what people... Remember in the beginning, everybody was all up in arms about the tariffs and, it seems it's going to get more expensive and, Bro, if you see what these countries are doing in their country, bro, phones, this, that, American companies can't last out there.
And I feel like people don't understand that the world is bigger than the USA.
We're gonna be the ones that end up paying more and this, that. Bro, think from a business aspect. If they can't sell here, the other guy, you gotta turn to American owned company, right? But then you wanna bitch and moan about salary and minimum wage. How the fuck you think they're gonna pay these people? If I'm selling you this phone for $100 and I'm an American company, I'm Apple, I'm selling you for $2,000, right? Like, it's harder for me to all the red tape that I gotta deal with, all of this other stuff that I gotta deal with to pay my employees, pay for my R&D, pay for all of this stuff, all this technology, all these things. 401ks, this, that, health coverage, maternity leave, all of this stuff I gotta pay for. Then you got these little foreign countries that come up in here. Yep, selling this for like $200. Made in China, made in Taiwan. All I'm doing is shipping it over here cheap forced labor, all of that stuff. You know what I mean? While you have people over here that's, trying to make ends meet, getting low wages, but then you want to protest higher wages, higher this, higher that, inflation you're dealing with, the state that you're in. Oh, tax these companies higher, more tax on the rich, more tax on this. It's like, bro, it doesn't make sense. The numbers don't make sense. You got companies that's in India, wherever, raking in the benefits, but then you're gonna run around and talk about, oh yeah, like, why are you gonna put tariffs on this phone? Obviously, the phone is being sold for $200, and it's unfair. Make them pay. If they want to charge it for $2,000 too, now you as a consumer say, I can go to an American company, I can go with a Chinese or Indian company. You choose. I think that's fair. I think it's fair.
Yeah. But people are short-sighted, bro. And, we just going to have to wait and see. Then we started off with the church protests. Well, we kind of gave up opinion. It was wrong.
No, we did. It was wrong. Yeah, we did. It was wrong. It was fucked up.
But yeah, y'all, like, Minnesota's going through a lot. I mean, this country's going through a lot right now. And I just wish, only the criticism I have of Trump right now, he's not toning down his rhetoric at all also.
He does. He needs to tone that shit down.
He needs to tone it down. And I've always told you, my biggest criticism of Trump is his communication style. You know what I mean? Like, at some points, we like it. It's like, that's what we want. But at some point, it's like, bro, you got to know when to turn it off and when to say, let's try to unite. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know how to do that because so many people are against him. And he's just like, you know what? Screw it. But no, you're the president, bro. Like, you got to know how to tone it down. And I think that's where JD has a leg up on him. Because JD could play both sides. JD could play that brash communicator, like, da-da-da, but he has a communication style where he can, like, I feel like he has a voice where he can unite the country if he were to.
Bro, all I gotta say, bro, I like, both sides is fucked up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, we talking with Trump, this, that, and this fucked up shit he's doing, but I'm just saying when the next administration comes, I'm like, ain't shit gonna change, bro. And that's why at the end of the day, I guess
it's a new face.
The moral of the story is, like,
stay home. That's the moral of the story.
Worry about your fucking self. Worry about your damn self, bro. Worry about yourself. That's it. Just worry about yourself.
Listen, if you got a family, focus on your family. You got a dog, focus on your dog. Just stay home. Live your life. Just live your life.
Live your life.
That's all I really gotta say.
Yo. And on that note, we're gonna close. I hope you guys' year is going off to a good start in 2026. This is the first episode of the year for us. We've been on a little bit of a hiatus for the past couple of weeks, but life is lifing and ice is icing. So we're supposed to get a whole damn snowstorm and all this crap. So
yeah, try to get an episode out for y'all.
Yeah, try to get an episode out for you guys. But thanks for staying in on the channel and staying tuned in. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, that's it, y'all. See you on the next one.
Yeah, deuces.
Later.